well. And I don't know if anybody else struggles with that, but just like doing a night on how to do that, something like that, maybe. Those are the things I'm struggling with.
Okay, well, we can talk about that, you and I, but I think one of your things could be your what you're struggling with, like your health condition. That could definitely be your brand,
Yeah.
being more open about that and talking about how this has helped you. I don't know if that's something that you've done, but the fact that you have, a pretty heavy diagnosis could be something. Like, for example, Heather Dalton is branding herself as the liver giver sister. She donated, a portion of her liver to her stepdad and saved his life. And so she's, writing blog posts and connecting in liver giver groups and doing things. It's all about that. Those are the people that she's targeting. Now, you probably think that that's like this many people, right? It's a very small niche.
Right.
Niche, however you want to say it. But that's who she's targeting because that is her brand. That's who she feels she can help the most and that she can understand the most. And so that is how your brand should be. It should be like, if you're casting a wide net, which I did this for a very long time, and I still struggle sometimes with my brand because my brand is changing as I change.
Yeah.
So
that's what I mean. Just kind of like recognizing and how to hone in on that. Cause you can hashtag a million things, but it's getting that focus is what I think I'm trying to say, like helping us find that focus, because I know I have been casting a broad net and like it does not work. And so just focusing.
Well, there's definitely one thing that I think this is going to help. I mean, I haven't expanded yet. I haven't gotten too deep into it yet, so I didn't really want to talk about it too much, but is the fact that I've hired Jesse Regan, who his wife used to be a Beachbody coach. And basically they were having a lot of success building her business page, her Facebook business page, by running ads, basically, running ads on Facebook, not boosting posts, but running ads and doing split testing where they basically will put 8 different videos and you'll run ads on them for a really small amount and you'll find out which one is the best one. Okay. Once you've got the best one, then you do different variations of that video to see which one of that is the best one, changing the music, changing the title, or different things like that. And what I can foresee with this is I haven't gotten to that point yet because I just started split testing. And it's just general, it's general, but he's gonna get into targeting more in the modules. And from what I understand, the feedback that I'm getting from the girls that have enrolled him, one of the girls, Jessie Burr, she was in the Fix Extreme coach test group with me. She took her like page from 200 likes to 10,000 likes in 2 months. And she's enrolling challenge pack customers and coaches, and she's enrolling working coaches. Not just, coaches that enroll. She's enrolling coaches that are, hitting Emerald in a week and things like that. And she's been a coach for 2 years, and she's 1 star, and she's going to go 2-star qualifying at the end of this year. And potentially she wants to be an elite coach next year, 5-star. She's got other diamonds that are falling in and out. So anyway, she's done that. I reached out to her today and asked her about, are these coaches actually working? And she's like, yeah, they're engaged. They're engaged with her. Alexis Whalen is just she's going to hit elite this year for her first year. She's only been a coach for like 2.5 years or something. And she's going to hit elite this year. She's on the, what do you call it? On the Platinum Presenters. And she said that she's enrolling about 6 business building coaches a month. And they're actually coaches that are her target market. They're people that she wants to be friends with, she wants to be around, and, that she feels, are actually working the business and they get along. She feels like she's building her tribe. And this is all through doing this one-on-one coaching with Jessie. Jessie's wife used to be a Beachbody coach. And like I said, they were doing really well. And he started split testing these business pages on Facebook. And they were doing so extremely well. He started teaching her team how to do it. And then they realized that there was such a need for this that they decided to resign her from her Beachbody position. And he's completely done this business now where this is his business. He teaches people how to brand themselves through their Facebook business page. So I'm doing the one-on-one coaching, but he's going to be starting his January training group. It's an 8-week group where he's going to teach you everything that you need to know about how to do the ads and how to brand yourself to your target market. It's going to be $297 for the group for the 8-week training, but you'll have access to his videos forever. You'll never get removed. The group training will be a weekly webinar, I think, that he does, and he goes over the things that you watch in the video. But he goes over a lot of stuff in there about branding and target market. And from what I understand, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but he teaches you how to target your brand through ads on Facebook. And Alexis went from, I think, like 2,000 followers to like 12,000 followers in a couple of months. And she says that, this is where she's getting the majority of her people, from Facebook business page. And this is the last time that he's going to do the group at the $297 price. After this group, he's going to raise the price at least $100 or more. So if you're wanting to get more into that, my suggestion would be, we can talk about it between now and then, but I would highly recommend to enroll in his class, because I can teach you for sure, but I'm not as good as this guy. This guy's an expert. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows his trade, and I trust that this is going to work. And I'm already in the process of testing the ads. I did my first split test over the weekend. I shot a bunch of videos. I shot 8 videos, and your goal is to get your split test down to less than 20 cents per like. And it's already happened with 8 videos. I mean, the first time, just from watching his training, the first time I was able to get what he was talking about. And then I guess I'm going to have to do more split tests on like my target market to get it even. The intention is to get your likes for less than 5 to 10 cents. So when you get the likes for less than 5 to 10 cents per like, you can know exactly how much you're paying. And say you put a $5 budget, say you're doing a $5 a day paying for likes, you know exactly how many likes you're going to get with that $5 a day. So you'll know, I'm going to get 500 likes a week or something, whatever your number is. And you can count on that every single week. You can count on getting 500 or 1,000 or whatever it is a week based on the budget that you spend. And obviously all those people aren't going to enroll. There's not going to be 500 people that are going to be like, okay, and you wouldn't even want 500 people to enroll at once. But you'll probably get 5, out of the 500. And those 5 will be the people that you want to work with because they're targeted. They're not just, random throwing your net wide. You target exactly what you want through your Facebook ads. So I'm a believer in what he's doing. And it's the first time that I've been really excited about something again. Like this and the Eric Worre event for me have made me extremely excited, because it's not just, the thing that I'm excited about is it's not just something that you're learning for Beachbody. It's a skill that I'm learning that I can take wherever I go. Say, God forbid, Beachbody, goes away tomorrow. I'm not saying that it's going to, but there's no guarantees in life. I've just learned the skill how to build a business through a Facebook business page, through social media, that I could take to any business and do the same exact thing that he's taught me and apply it and get the same results with something else. So for me, I'm excited. I'm back to school. I'm learning, I'm educating myself, investing in myself. And one thing that I can say for sure is investing in yourself. There's nothing better than that. Investing in, bettering who you are, spiritually, energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally. It's all, that's the point. Like that, these top leaders, Eric Worre is a top leader in this business, and he invests, I don't even remember his number that he said he invests was like a sick number, like $5 million a year in his education, of educating himself, investing in himself, bettering himself. That might be a little excessive. I mean, yeah, but the guy makes, millions of dollars a year. So even the people that are at this level of financial freedom or whatever, what are they doing? Investing in themselves. And that is what I would highly recommend. Anyway, I got off on a tangent there, didn't I? Sorry, guys. I'm excited about this because it's fun. And it's for me, I think I don't even care what happens. The investment in him has been super fun for me, and I'm enjoying the process. So, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about how and maybe we'll try to find you a group of people that are at that level where some people don't even know how to enroll a challenger yet, and you know how to do that. You've got that mastered. So we need to find you a group of people that want to Zoom on how do I find active business building working coaches? Like, how do I upgrade my challengers to coaches? So we'll find you, a Zoom group that's going to be targeted on that, on that level.
Sounds good.
Anybody else? Who else wants to share? All right. Well, Laka, do you want to talk?
Sure, I'll talk. Let me get big here. Okay. Yeah, I've been working on figuring out my branding, which has been the slow part of my process in actually recruiting or even developing a challenge group. Because the reason I joined was a couple things coming together. And that was an injury that brought me to it, and then a business opportunity. So I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out, who am I marketing, because I'm not totally resonating with the whole throw it out there, the spaghetti on the wall process, which I know can work, and there's, validity to all that. So, but I think spending time and thinking about what we're really truly interested in, and then reaching out to those people is going to have the longevity and the sustainability for the coaches that we recruit. So even though it's taken me a little bit longer, I think there's something to it. And I've been connecting with other coaches that are on a similar page, either mostly new coaches. And I think communicating within the team to find out what people are doing and have that experience one-on-one is very important as well. So that was a lot of information, but that's kind of my approach. And the branding, Tanisha mentioned that, and I think that's where we resonate and how we can reach people the best. Just figuring that out.
And I feel like it took me a really long time to figure out my brand, and now my brand is just changing. It's shifting because I'm changing. And so now it's still a struggle to figure out what, okay, when I'm posting things, like, is this my target? Is this my brand? Or am I just copying some other Beachbody coach? Like, I question it, I'm like, and I don't know. I feel like the more confident we become in who we are.
Totally. That's really what it is looking at ourselves and being okay with that and saying, all right, what do I have to offer? Why am I doing this in the first place? Because that's really important to know. If it's just about, if you don't know, I'll just put it that way. If you don't know, it's going to be harder to find that niche, resonate with people. There's a lot more disappointment involved. But once we start peeling the layers back of why we're doing something or anything, including Beachbody, it's going to be really, that's how we're going to get gold, so to speak. And that's, a blanket term.
No, I mean, that a big reason why, first of all, is going back to your why is what Laura is talking about, is, having a bigger reason than just, I want to quit my job, or I want to buy a boat, or I want to, retire, fire my boss, or I want to, buy a new house. I mean, it's got to be something that's deeper than that. It's got to be something that has a positive impact in the planet and the world and people, or it isn't going to feel good. I truly, honestly believe that in our nature as people, we want to have an impact. And if we're just doing it for monetary gain, and I can speak from experience because I've been there, just to make money or to quit a job or to get out of something, we're miserable in, it's not going to feel good. It's not going to feel good now, and it's not going to feel good when we get there. But what is going to feel good is if we have a purpose beyond monetary gain, beyond what that money is going to buy for us, and something that we feel strongly about having an impact on the world. And not just, helping people either, but even beyond that, just not just helping people lose weight or get in shape or,
Well, we have to be role models.
Yeah.
It's working what works.
I mean, for me, Beachbody is like a vehicle for me to, I think this year is the first year that I've actually, and it took me in March after the Cancun trip, I was ready to quit. I wasn't, and this probably didn't, a lot of people don't know this, but I was not into it anymore. Came back from that trip and I felt like I watched all this, and I just watched all this superficial fakeness going on. And to me, it was like, this is what I'm involved in. Like, this is what I've created. This is the business that I've created. And I'm on this path to go and get all these things, these superficial things, and be, recognized for being an elite coach and all these little things that just don't mean anything. Like they do mean things, but they don't mean anything in the big scheme of life. The day I die, people are not going to be like, she was an elite Beachbody coach. Yeah. Nobody's going to care. Nobody is going to care about that. But they are going to care about the impact that I had on them. And they are, my hope is that every single person that comes into contact with me feels that I truly, authentically cared about their well-being, and not just their physical well-being, but beyond that. And it took me, getting from that Cancun trip and feeling like shit and wanting to quit, and then just totally lost for most of this year. Like, what is my brand? I don't even know. What am I doing? Should I even be a coach? I talked to my sponsor, Kevin. I told him I'm not even into this anymore. I want to quit. And him and Milan, Milan, his wife, started doing weekly calls with me because she has been a shadow work student and knows that I was studying shadow work, and she has been a student of that also. So she started doing weekly calls with me to try to figure out like how I can brand myself, how I can bring that part of who I am into my Beachbody coaching business and not have it be any about external validation and superficiality. And after, March till probably just in the last couple of months, I feel like I found what my purpose is. And Beachbody is simply a vehicle for me to reach more people, to reach a lot of people, and help them love themselves, help them become whole people that actually have confidence in who they are and being who they are. And I'm still working on that myself. So I'm not even at a point to be teaching that, but I know people that can. I know someone that can. And when I found that purpose, this became a lot more fun for me. And it became a lot less stressful. It became, it's like, I don't know. It's just, there's something different. There's a different energy that I have around my business. It's not like anxiety and frustration and pissed off and I have to do this. I have to get these things done. And like just being anxious every day, because that's how I felt. Like anxious every day. I felt like I need to message all these people. And it's like, it doesn't have to be like that. It should be fun. It should be enjoyable, because if you're not having fun right now, if you're not enjoying everything that you're doing right now, when you get to being an elite coach and you're making a 6-figure income and you're having all those things, you're not going to enjoy it then either. You won't. So it's finding, what do you love about this? And finding the people that also love the same things about this and attracting those people to you by adding value to their lives. that is truly what I feel this is all about. That's my soapbox. And I really like my hair. It's great. It's funny. Oh my gosh, I look like my brother.
You look a lot like your brother, and you have really good hair right now.
I totally look like my brother. Look at me. Like, I've got.
You look like him.
Like, if I put a picture of him next to me, it would literally like be my brother.
When I saw you guys in Hawaii standing next to each other, I was like, oh my God.
I can't even look at myself because I'm like, holy shit, I look like my brother. I look both of them. I look like both of them. It's really funny.
You know, it's almost like branding is something like a journey, you know, of yourself. Like discovering who you really are.
Oh.
Totally.
And you have to evolve to be able to really be, I feel like that's, you know, because I'm still looking for my brand, right? And I know you suggested, hey, you're Filipina, do Filipina stuff. Okay, but there's other things that I know I like to do and I'm good at, you know, and how can I put that out there? You know, and so and I saw one video somewhere it talked about just stories of who you are, like just tell stories of who you are, tell stories of this. It's all about stories. And that's all part of branding. Because your life, you know, that's your story and that's who you are. So things that you do every day, things that matter to you, these are stories you're going to tell on your Facebook pages or wherever, blog. Oh yeah, it was that blogging thing, I think. I went to one of those blogging tutorials. So that's it. That's, you know, who you are, who you're going to say who you are. I mean, who you really are. And then it kind of evolves from there, I guess. So, like, who am I? Who am I? Who am I really? Who are you? So, and then you tell a story about that. And that's how people connect with you, through your stories. So that's what I learned from that one. So I'm trying to incorporate that with my what I post on Facebook. So like, you know, recently posted something about, hey, I used to sing. Maybe there are singers out there, you know, can relate to that. You know, throw back something, but I used to sing, I used to do this, blah, blah, blah. And then there's, so yeah, just kind of, that's all part of branding.
Sharing your story and having a value in it, where
yeah.
you're sharing it, it's adding some type of value to someone by either saying like, I was this way and then this happened and now I'm this way, and you can do
yes.
right, you know, but so
yes.
Yes,
exactly. You see this and then now I'm this. And then you kind of incorporate somewhere there, Beachbody. Sometimes.
I think a lot of people, the thing is, you don't even have to, it doesn't have to be, the Beachbody is not the brand, you're the brand. That's why I tell people all the time,
yeah.
Don't post 21 Day Fix, don't post Pio, don't post Beachbody, Hammer and Chisel. I rarely ever, every once in a while you see me throw in a Shakeology or a T25 or a this or that. I don't, because that isn't the brand. You know, the intention is that you're adding value to somebody's life with something that you love, something that you're good at, that you love, that you're into, and you add so much value to them that they're like, wow, I really trust this person. They've already showed me so many things about XYZ, this other thing that I really connect with them about. For one girl, it's horses, The Athletic Rider. She has an amazing Facebook page and an amazing website, The Athletic Rider. She's a Beachbody coach who's branded herself as, you know, being better at riding horses through Beachbody workout programs. You know, like, she loves horses. She posts different random things about horses on her Facebook page. And there's a lot of horse people out there. So she's connecting with people through horses, adding value to them through horses, And then when she sprinkles in her posts about her, Beachbody coaching opportunity or challenge groups, they're like, yeah, I really love this girl. She's already taught me so much about horses, and she has really added a lot of value to my life. I want to be a part of this because I know that I can trust her. And it just becomes really easy, and it becomes really fun. And you don't have to work so hard. When my last few coaches enrolled, it didn't even feel like I was working for it. It just happened naturally. It was just like, it just was the right thing to do. It just happened. It just was the natural progression of it. And I think that my energy has shifted in the new coaches that I have. I used to be like, super like, we gotta get you the Success Starter. Beachbody wants you to do Success Starter. You have to hit Success Club your first 3 months. And that's awesome for some people because they want to be a Success Starter and they want to hit Success Club their first 3 months. And that's great. But it's not awesome for some other people. And it's not going to be awesome for everyone. But our job is to find the place for them in our business where they're going to thrive and they're going to be happy with what they want to do in their business. So my last few coaches are, people that they're different than the older coaches that I recruited. And they are more my brand and it's they're, just to generalize, off to a slower start if you consider that with Beachbody, but in the long run, like Laura said, I think it doesn't matter because I like being involved with them. So, and they like being involved with me. So it doesn't matter where it goes to me. I don't know if that makes any sense to you guys at all. It's become a lot less stressful, a lot more fun, and a lot more like you can make it whatever you want to make it. You don't have to put it in a box like what Beachbody says. This is the box. You have to do it like this, and that's it. We're only limited in our business by our own creativity. And Kevin Jensen used to say that to me all the time. He used to tell me, I had a conversation with him the other day that, this is my sponsor and I'm a Ruby. I'm like, I gotta go. I gotta get everything done. That's how I was in my business for so many years. And he let me be like the way that I was. And he never tried to change me. But the other day I talked to him. I remember him once saying to me, you have gotten this far with pure muscle and grit. And now it's going to be time for you to learn how to do it and not have to work so hard. And I was like, I didn't know what he was talking about because I wasn't there yet, but I get it now. I see it because it doesn't have to suck, and it doesn't have to be making you miserable. It's meant to be fun. It's meant to be enjoyable. It doesn't have to be frustration and it's not happening for me fast enough. And I'm speaking from experience, and I'm not judging anybody because I was there for a very, very, very long time. And that energy, it's going to push away the real thing that you want to create in your business. It's going to push it all away. Frustration, anger, upset, sad, comparison is the worst game to play ever. And I did all those things for so long. And if I could take all the stuff that I've learned, and get it out of my head and put it into yours and transfer it like data from a computer to a computer, I would, because I learned everything the hard way. But at this point in my Beachbody career, I feel like I'm excited. I like what I'm doing. I'm enjoying it. I don't feel anxious. And I mean, this has been even up until not even maybe even a month ago when I was traveling. When I got back home from my travels, I was like, I got to get back to work. I got to get all this stuff. I got to do all these things. And then it kind of just slowly shifted. And it doesn't have to be so difficult. Doesn't have to be so hard. And the Success Club points are like the worst, because if you're trying to hit SC10 every month and you're like, I got to hit SC10, I got to hit SC10, and all you can think about, I only have 1 Success Club points, I only have 2, it's, it's 14th of the month, I need to get 8 more, then that isn't going to help you build a long-term business that you're going to have and be happy with and feel, excited about. It's going to build a lot of frustration and a lot of frustrating situations. And I'm speaking from experience again, because I used to be like, I couldn't breathe until I had all my Success Club points. And this month I was like at 8 today, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to send some follow-up messages, and it's just weird. I wasn't even worried about it. I was like, if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. But I'm going to try. I'm going to send some follow-up messages. And then the energy that I'm putting out there is one of, hey, like even with the follow-up message, the energy, the words that I'm saying are one thing, but the energy that I'm putting into it is one of, I know that you really want to do this, but I haven't heard from you. Are you still serious, or like, do you want to wait? And I posted it in the group, my follow-up message that I use. So if you want to see that, go ahead and check it out. But it's simply a little scripted message that, I came up with, that I feel comfortable with. I feel is not pushy. And when I send it out, the energy is not like, oh my God, I need them to enroll. Otherwise I'm not going to be a successful coach because I'm not going to have SC10. Oh my God. It's like, they feel the energy is different. So 2 additional people enrolled tonight from me sending that message, because those people wanted to do it. They were qualified. So you're qualifying your people, you're qualifying your challengers, and you're qualifying your coaches. Now, if the old me would have been, trying to push someone into buying so that I could hit my SC10, so that I would be like, okay, I'm successful. I did SC10 again. But the new me is, I'm going to put the message out there with the energy that I truly do care about this person. And I'm going to see, are they really qualified to be in my challenge group? Are they qualified? And the way they qualify themselves is by saying, yeah, I really want to do it. I'm going to enroll, but I just got really busy and I haven't answered you. The people that didn't answer me, then they obviously weren't qualified. And maybe they'll be qualified a month from now, or 2 months, or 6 months, or 12. And it's the same thing with coaching. The energy that you put into bringing coaches onto your team is the biggest thing. If you're talking about how do you upgrade challengers to coaches, the biggest thing is the energy that you're putting into it. Because if you're putting in the energy of, I'm not going to be a successful coach until I have business building coaches. I have to have business building coaches, or I am not successful. Then when you're inviting people to upgrade, the energy that you're putting into that is, and I'm not saying that anybody's doing that, I'm just talking about it, is one of, pushy and frustration, and it's one of lack. It's one of lacking, of you're not good enough until you have this. And then when you have that lack, when you don't have confidence in yourself, then you're going to create either coaches that join and then they make emerald and then they fall out and they disappear, or, you're not going to create long-term relationships with people, because it's all about you and it's not about them. But the minute that you turn it around and you go into that conversation, one, with confidence, because you know that what we offer is something good, and the self-esteem to know that you are a good coach and you're offering them something of value, to know that you're confident in the value that you're offering them, and you're giving them an opportunity to say yes to changing their life, instead of I need them to do this so I can be that. It's a different energy. Do you see what I'm saying? Does anybody? Yes? No? Still here? Getting some nods. Okay, we've got some people paying attention. Sweet. And I'm not saying that that's you, Tanasia, or anybody. but I'm talking about me. This is my experience, and this is what I've been, and this is how I've been before. In the past, it was the me show, me, Marissa. I need to be good enough. I need to be a successful coach. I need to be, in order for me to be that, I need to have all these things. So when I'm inviting people, it's all about me being this by having them say yes, because then it's going to make me feel like I am good, as opposed to when you have the real deal and you really, truly, authentically care about other people and helping them through this opportunity. I'm going to give them an opportunity to say yes. And I'm going to give them every single opportunity to not say no. Like, I'm going to help them to yes as much as I can by handling their objections and showing them they can do it, working on their fears. But if they still choose not to, that has nothing to do with me. And the same goes if you have a coach that enrolls on your team and doesn't want to do anything, doesn't want to do the welcome letter, doesn't want to engage in the coach basics, doesn't want to, oh, well, let them go. That's their choice. You can't want it for them more than they want it for themselves. When you get that, it becomes butter. It just flows. Because it's no more pushing. It's no more lack. I don't have, I need, there's not enough. I got to get, I have to, it's just, here I am, a vessel of value. I know what I'm offering can change a life physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, in so many ways. What I'm offering them is that I'm valuable to people as a person, as a vessel. I can have an impact on them. And I'm giving them the opportunity to qualify themselves to be a part of what I'm offering them. And when you do that, it changes. It totally changes. And that's the key. That's the key to having fun, to feeling good, to attracting the right people, to having working coaches.
I think that's what one of the biggest things out of the Jimmy training this weekend that I got was that he had mentioned, he's like, a lot of people are hesitant to invite, a lot of people are hesitant to reach out, a lot of people don't want to step out of their comfort zone because they're afraid that people will think negatively of them or something like that, and that it's a reflection of you as a person. But he's like, what we have to offer is something that so many people could benefit from, and that a lot of people need in their life but aren't willing to ask for. And until you actually approach them, they sometimes don't even know that they need it. And so I think that that's been something this last month. I had more people sign on than any other month before, mostly because I just got over myself and was like, I'm not doing this to do anything other than invite people to see if they want to change their lives. Like, this program has changed my life. Like, I'm totally different than when I started. And so for me, it does come from a fundamental place of like, holy shit, I was totally a couch potato and had no life. And my son, was playing around me while I'm like eating Doritos and had no energy and felt like total crap. Now I'm going out and running with him in the stroller and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And like, I have way more energy than I've had my entire life. Like, not even since I just got sick, but ever. And so like, for me, genuinely sharing that with people, I feel like that's why I'm having that success, is because I'm pumped about it. Like, I don't have any hesitation about talking to people about it. I don't have any hesitation to talk to people about Shakeology, even though I gave you so much shit about starting it. So like, I think that's the fundamental thing, is like, not to be nervous about it. And I think that that's where, for me, I am nervous about the coaching aspect of it, but I'm getting better now that I've kind of conquered the fear, and that I'm sending out messages and like contacting people and just kind of like putting it out there. Once you do it a couple times, it doesn't feel as weird. So, and like, I seriously would sit here with my mouth gaped open when people would write back and be like, oh my God, I'm so glad you asked me. Like, I didn't want to reach out to you and I didn't want to post on Facebook, but I was thinking about it. I've like been secretly following you. And so it's that kind of stuff that makes you kind of realize like, oh, like maybe what we're doing isn't just some cuckoo scheme, like that people do need it.
Okay, so now you need to take that same energy that you feel when you're doing that, when you're inviting to a challenge group, the same energy that you felt when you sent all those messages out, and you need to have that same energy when you invite to coaching opportunity. And that's going to make the difference for you, because you feel confident and you're inviting to a challenge group. So you're doing it.
Right.
You're even more confident now because you see that when you're doing it, you're getting results. It's happening. So if you can take that same confidence and that same energy that you're feeling when you're doing for a challenge group, and you could put that into coaching, which is something that you don't feel confident in and you feel uncomfortable with, and you think you can transfer that energy into coaching, then you'll have a different result with inviting people to coaching.
Okay.
And the only way that you're going to do that is to do it and 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 do it. Keep doing it in personal development.
Yeah.
I'm going to read you an excerpt from You Are a Badass, because I love this book. It's like speaking to me. And today was about money, and maybe that's why we're kind of on this topic. But this totally spoke to me today, and it's right about what you were saying. So while there are obstacles and initial childhood impressions about money can be extremely different, those who achieve success share one key thing: the belief that they can be, do, and have whatever they set their minds to accomplish. Your beliefs hold the key to your financial success. Believe that you can have what you desire, that it really truly already exists, and then go out and get it. Once you understand that we live in an abundant universe, you can also drop the limiting belief that you serve the world better by not taking too much for yourself or by getting too big. Your playing small simply withholds your gifts from the people who were meant to receive them, including you. Can you imagine if your favorite musicians never let themselves make enough money to buy guitars or take lessons or hire producers or buy purple platform boots and tight sparkly pants or pay thousands of dollars for studio time so they could record the songs that saved your ass in high school? Or if the people who built airplanes refuse to make the money they need to pay for the research and the materials and the factories and the engineers and the electricity and whatever plethora of other costly things that go into building the miraculous flying machines that allow us to travel the world, hang out on tropical beaches, and visit the people we love so dearly. The more you have, the more you have to share. There's plenty of money to go around, but you not letting yourself make it doesn't save more for other people, just as you making it doesn't take away from them. The only reason you should feel gross about accepting money for a product or service is if you're scamming someone, not doing or giving them what you said you would, or if you're causing harm in some other way. It's all about contributing to the world by making life easier, happier, safer, healthier, better, tastier, more beautiful, more fun, more interesting, more thoughtful, more loving. Whatever you do, bring something good to the party. If you're coming from a place of integrity, any icky feelings you have about not serving the wealth you desire are a waste of time. Just as any icky feelings you have about money itself are a waste of time. Greedy people do greedy things for money, so don't go getting all up in money's face and blame it for their lousy behavior. That spoke to me because I have a heavy money story, and I'm working through this opportunity. So it's I'm working on healing it. Thumbs up. and my alarm, as I was reading that, my alarm went off. I have 2 alarms now, because I don't know if you guys watched the Vito Lafata. I'm not sure if they recorded that from Leadership. Maybe not. Anyway, I think he did it on a National Wake Up Call, but I haven't listened to the National Wake Up Call, but I'm sure they had him come on because he talked about confidence, and he sets himself an alarm every morning that says like something about being confident. So I have 2 alarms in my phone, and I'm not sure if you can see them, probably not, but my 9 a.m. alarm is "You are confident in love," because you can actually put a label to your alarms. So my 9 a.m. is you are confident and loved. I get that reminder every single day. And then my 9 p.m. one is now money comes to me all the time, because I have a heavy money story that says no matter what there is, there's still never enough that I'm working through. So that's a reminder that it's always going to be there. So we've been on the call for an hour, and I'd like to honor everybody's time, but I'm happy to stay on longer if people want to discuss more things. Does anybody else have anything that they want to share or address before we get off? All right, so then I'm going to ask some people, then what has been the most helpful part of this call for you? Callie.
I think just sitting back and listening and observing and agreeing with a lot of it. My biggest thing is coaches. I can get them, and then I lose them faster than I got them, and it really sucks because I've built really good relationships with these people. And I'm at a point where when they are like, I'm not going to work the business, they put the whole elephant in the room effect. And I'm like, hey, we were friends first, So I feel good about that I'm not awkward about it. Like, it is what it is. Like you always coach me, it's the best opportunity. You're presenting an opportunity that's going to change your life. And that's, I'm like, they're just not ready. They don't want to do it. I totally get it. So that kind of seems to be the biggest thing with me. However, with that being said, I'm not totally running my face in the ground either. I mean, I'm hitting Success Club. I'm sending out 10 messages now, these Hey Girl messages, at least 10 to 15 a day. And I'm finding that it is a revolving door. And I followed up. I've used your follow-up too. And people are like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I had a challenger that was supposed to be in the group this week, and she reached out to me and said she just wasn't ready. She said she could not afford to eat the groceries that 21 Day Fix has. So this was a great opportunity for me to reach out to her and be like, we got the same amount of people in our family. You're not going to do it this month. Let's buckle down. Let's go shopping together. We live in the same town. Let me show you how you can pay $100 for 1 week of groceries for a family of 5. I would love to show you that. And I'm starting to get requests from my challengers here in town. They ask me how you food prep, and I tell them, and I kind of put it out there. What if I invited you guys over on a Saturday, made a copy of my receipt, showed you guys what I bought, let you guys come in my house, come in my world. I mean, this shows how much I care for them. And I showed you guys for 2 hours. I give you guys notebooks and pencils. I provide all that, and you guys write down the notes that you want to write. Would that add value to your life? And these ladies are like, oh my gosh, if you could show me how you prep those pictures in 2 hours, that would just seal the deal for me. So that is something that Daniel and I discussed. And Daniel's like, go for it. He goes, the fact that you can do that, that's huge. So I don't feel defeated anymore. And that tells me that in my personal development, I'm growing. Like, you are a badass. That book, I'm the same way.
The money book, it's amazing. This book.
Oh, yeah. The money story, I wrote the letter. I wrote, Dear Money. I wrote it and I read it and I tell myself.
I got to that today. I just got to that.
I wrote it, and I wrote it in a place in a notebook that I use quite frequently for that reason. And I relate to her because she talks about going to Midnight Rodeo in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And guess who used to go there? There was a mechanical bull. She talked about the mechanical bull. And right away I was like, oh my gosh, so that book it's amazing. And you can read it more than once. That's what I love about it. It's not a one and you're done. You just keep keep reading it, tab it, quote it, highlight it. I mean, it's a good textbook for sure. But I think this was a really good call. I personally tried to hold back because I really wanted to sit and observe, and I wanted to learn some more stuff. I mean, like you said, this is your
And do you
vehicle.
like it? Do you like the bat?
I like the bat. I am a list person. So, and then I also do, because I didn't take another copy with me to mom and dad's, so I've been writing everything down. But I also went in on our power hours and I copy and pasted everything and shot them to myself in a personal message. So when it's my power hour, I just revert back to that. I
You told me I have it in a document. I could have sent
Oh, it's okay. It wasn't nothing. It was, how many clicks, But I like it because it holds me accountable. And I like to be held accountable. That's the athlete in me. If you say, Callie, I need you to do this by that time, I'm going to try my hardest. And a couple weeks ago, that was a growing lesson for me. I actually questioned if I was ever going to be able to be a coach. And I really had to search hard within myself. And I thought, you are good at this, or she would have never seen it in you. She was trained to look for this in people, not only as a Beachbody coach, but as a person. I think you're genuine in that nature. I think that comes first. And I love the year ago things that happened in Facebook. I don't know about you, but it was one thing that you said to me, you're already posting stuff before I became a coach. So when I get those where you were a year ago things from Facebook, and then I look through it, I'm going, I was already posting sweaty selfies and recipes, and I really am doing what I love to do. So yeah, I mean, Darren Daily today was go or grow. That was my personal development today. And it was, you either choose to wake up every day and have the same day over and over again and let your days run together, or you wake up every day excited. You hit the ground running. So it is fun for me. When you said make this fun for you, don't make it to where it's exhausting. That struck a chord with me because I do have fun. And I don't take offense to it anymore. I'm just like, whatever. They're not ready? Cool. They're not qualified? Cool. That's the key word, qualified. So I hope that added something. I hope that struck a chord with somebody.
Now, can you see it?
You should have it make a register, like a cha-ching sound.
Oh, I should look for that.
You should. That would be cool.
Like confident and loved, same. I need to change it. I need to have two different ones.
That would be cool.
Distraction.
Sorry.
So I'm glad, and it's definitely a marathon, not a sprint, and personal development is the key.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody else have anything you wanted to share, or thank you, Callie, for sharing.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for getting on. And I guess we really didn't brainstorm about our next week's call. So what should we talk about next week? Get some ideas on the table. All right, then let's do this. Since you guys were all on the call.
Marissa.
Yeah?
Did you say you had a new system?
No, I don't have a new system.
Okay. I thought you said you had a new system.
No. Let's do this then. Everybody that's on this call, submit one request about over the next week what you want to have on the next upcoming team calls. The only way that we can I can best serve you guys is to know what topics to cover. So go ahead and either send me a private message or post in Team Aloha about topics that you want to be covered. And I'll either do them myself or I'll find an expert, another expert through the Beachbody community that can do it.
When do you want those by? Like, I know you said next week, but do you want them a couple days in advance?
Yeah, just
so you have time to research.
Try to come up with some ideas by Friday, okay? Give me some ideas by Friday so that we can for next, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean that we can go over everything next week. So it'll be ideas for the following weeks.
Okay.
I didn't even let the people on. Who's on the phone, by the way? 951-488-2632. Who's that?
Oh.
Who's that?
Oh, it's Star.
Hey, Star.
Hello.
Did you have anything you wanted to say? I had you muted the whole time.
No, I'm just kind of listening. It's my first meeting.
Okay.
But yeah, I liked the topics, and I think I learned a lot, and I'm on page with, making the world a healthier, better place, and I'm not so big. My new focus, I've been doing this about a week, trying to start a new challenge, and I haven't even looked at what I would be making. That doesn't bother me right now. That doesn't really matter to me right now. So anyways, I'm just excited to be part of this group and learn new things, and my mind is a sponge right now.
Star, by the way, has lost, 70, 80 pounds?
Almost 100, so 85.
Okay, on her own,
Yeah.
before Beachbody. And she found me through Facebook and, was already running her own free 30-day challenge, on Facebook as an event. And, basically found me through a post and was like, I'm interested in this. And we talked, and she was like, okay, yeah, I would love to do something in this field. So she hasn't even really started yet, but, that's her story. So
yeah,
got a really great story.
Yeah, I've been posting, sweaty selfies and my workouts and fitness tips for maybe the last year. And so it's like, I just feel like this is kind of my calling. This is what I want to do, So I'm excited about it.
We're excited to have you.
Thanks.
And who's on the 903-786-3198?
It's Angela.
Angela.
Yeah.
That would be Star's success partner. They're
my success partner.
Yeah, these two are the two brand new coaches that are. Angela's story was she found me on Instagram. She already has a big health story where she was, basically needing to take care of herself better, and she started doing it on her own too. And people are already starting to ask her, have been asking her, what are you doing? And she makes healthy food for people in her area. And she saw me on Instagram and thought this would be a great fit for her because she's already doing it. She's just not, really getting paid to do it. And she would really connect with the athletic writer because she's horses.
Cool.
So these two are, I feel they'll be a good fit for success partners. So welcome, Angela.
Well, thank y'all very much.
Did you have anything you wanted to ask, or did you have anything you wanted to share?
I'll be honest, I've been multitasking, upgrading QuickBooks and Windows 10 and failing and listening to y'all. So I've been making notes. I don't have a lot to add. I've just been trying to figure out who I am so I can draw people for me, I have a couple of hits out there, but I'm not going to push them too hard. I just say, hey, whenever you're interested, holler at me, or I'll follow up with them about once a week and say, are you ready? Do you think you need more time? Is there anything I can do to help you? That kind of thing. other than that, I'm not really sure what more I can do for them until they're ready.
Well, we're happy to have you both on the call. Welcome. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say that's a wrap. I'll give you 5 more seconds if you want to say something or ask a question or add something. 5, 4, 2, 1. All right. Good night.
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 Bye, Cass. Bye, T.
Bye.